Because even in the press conference, someone asked Triple H, and I'm glad he asked it like this. He was like, with the reaction that he received and the reaction that Sami was receiving all night, was normally for a wrestler, would there be any change in the direction of his story based off the reaction that he's getting? And I also read a bunch of righteous also call me. Look, we were I remember. He was like, I remember being a kid and wanting Scott Steiner to win, and he didn't win. I remember being like, he started naming a bunch of them, and I was like, dude, that's not the same as this, though. Yeah. It's not. Everybody is just trying to. You're minimizing it of what was built.
I understand that, son, but I think when you are, as fans, you guys are creating a narrative that doesn't exist. There's no narrative that says that Sami Zayn needed to win in order to be considered like, okay, now the story's finished, because the final story of this journey is Sami Zayn winning and beating Roman Reigns for the title.
Wrestling, hold on, but in wrestling, you have to get there first, right? You have to get. I get what you that side of like, well, it's WWE basically saying he's not good enough. Yes, but because he kept saying Pat Patterson will just say it's a heel, and you just go with your heel. So you screw everybody as the heel.
No, but it's not screw everybody, son. But like, okay, like I said, the best example of what I'm referring to is when Drew McIntyre was wrestling in front of 60,000 people. When you did Clash at the Castle, when you did last night, when you do these stories that are in hometowns, the last thing that you want is you want everybody to feel like anytime you go to a hometown, the hometown heroes got to win the title, son.
No, but dude, don't do that, because Jonathan, I remember they just specifically said that they did the Stone Cold thing because Kurt Angle was at home, and it'd just be better to take the title from him now than do it at the pay-per-view. I remember.
Yeah, son, I just think wrestling is case-by-case basis. I don't think...
Then why did you do the... See, no, it's not case-by-case basis. It's not. Because this is the first time in about, I would say, this is like if Sting took on Hogan and lost. This is like if Kerry Von Erich took on Ric Flair and lost. This is like if Goldberg took on Hogan and lost. Nobody... Dude, no. This is not Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan would have lost. He would have still got... I mean, Daniel Bryan originally won the title at a Survivor Series. Okay, Roman Reigns won it, and then eventually won it, and won it the right way. Sometimes maybe we could be wrong. And that's not what y'all were saying about Rusev.
Okay. And I get that. I get Rusev was considered,
the biggest fumble in WWE history was Rusev. You see him in AEW, right? You see how much of a little diva he is, thinking that he's this when he's really this. They ask him to do something, and it's like, I don't want to do that. They ask him to be TNT World Champ. It's like, I want to fight for the world title. Well, we actually have... It's a politics game, nigga. The fuck you thought? You thought you were gonna come over here and run shit?
But that's the dilemma in wrestling is listen.
It's not a dilemma.
Oh man, because we use certain rules for one show, and then we don't use that same logic for another thing. It's like, okay, I get what you're, because for the people that are complaining and saying, oh, this was a complete waste of time, and like, this was a, like, son, this would have been, imagine if we were sitting here July 4th, 2015, or whatever that was, when Rob Van Dam lost the championships to when RVD lost the titles to Big Show. Was anybody sitting here saying like, yeah, how did you not? Like, if you had RVD lose to John Cena at 1-9 stand, would anybody go to the dirt sheets and be like, oh?
But they wouldn't have. They would not have ever did that.
But that's the same thing. Just because you went to the hometown doesn't mean that you win the title every time.
You keep bringing it. See, that's the thing that I hate about this, is that the people that didn't want it to happen keep bringing up the two things that are pissing. It's like,
but isn't that what they wanted us to do?
Dude,
wrestling.
No, that's not what happens every single time, though, bastard. So you're making us that look at this a higher level than that. You're making us look like fucking retards, son. I know that is not the same. This is different. There's no way that you're telling me that the WWE had this plan in place to build Sami Zayn up as a character for Roman Reigns to take on at the Montreal pay-per-view when it was first decided that was in
the
Montreal.
Story the final story of this whole book of Roman and Sami was never Sami Zayn beating Roman Reigns at Mania or for the belt at Elimination Chamber or any of that weird stuff.
Hold on. No, hold on. Let me say something.
How does Joseph feel? Was he cool with it? Or was he like you?
He's like a little both.
I understand, yes, you don't feel the closure of the story, because now it's like, oh, well, he's going to turn his attention to the Usos. But at the same time, like, it's not...
And that storyline is even gate up, because then you did the whole where he speared Jay, and Jay didn't do anything for 10 minutes thing.
But that's the reality. That's what they... Son, wrestling at its purest form is entertainment. They don't give a fuck about how we watch it. So if you...
Even in
remember,
in
no, I'll remember. Hold on.
Barry win and take the belt off him 4 days later.
Who was the one guy that kind of made us be like fans of heels? Wasn't Dad the first one that was like, oh, who's this Sid Justice? Who's this Sid Vicious guy?
Dude, no, you're disrespecting. Bill Simmons said it today that Roman is the greatest. He said that Roman is the greatest heel champion, dominant heel champion since Billy Graham. And I had to think about it. And I was like, he's not wrong.
No, okay, but we can't disrespect Hogan.
Dominant heel champion.
Yeah, Hogan.
When was Hogan a dominant heel champion?
For WWE, you're talking about WWE, just straight WWE.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Roman is by far that's the thing though, son. If he would have lost, let's say you would have had him lose against Drew McIntyre, he wouldn't be this. Let's say you had him lose last night, he wouldn't be this. I understand the Usos are part of it, but Ric Flair wasn't the Four Horsemen part of his stuff. 17 of his, or 13 of them world titles.
Perfect example. Exactly. They didn't have Dusty lose to Ric Flair and then team up with somebody and get the tag team titles.
In a way, remember they won remember he won the.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The night that he beat Ric Flair for the heavyweight title in the cage match, they didn't be like, nah, Rick's going over, and then you got to team up with Magnum TA to take on the Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson for the tag team title. Come on, they didn't do that. Oh, because we have Lex Luger coming back from WWE or something, saying he's going to win the title.
I don't know, son.
And I don't even want to compare Cody to Lex Luger because I don't look at Cody as like a top draw.
You see, that's where it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. Everybody that looks at Sami Zayn, they see Sami Zayn as the fucking Sami Zayn from Ring of Honor.
Dude,
Hold on, stop.
Dude,
See,
no,
that's the BS though. But because Cody, if you really think about it though, hasn't Cody also deserved this?
Don't say that bullshit.
See, but that's the thing. Everybody's story is different. Not everybody comes from the indies.
John Cena when he came back from his
and John Cena's a prime example. John Cena is
Triple H earned it in 02, huh?
John Cena and The Rock are the two best that never had to do indies. So people like us as wrestling fans, there's a demographic of wrestling fans that believe that people that have paid their dues from when we saw this nigga as Eric Generico to how he is now, yes, you're gonna feel like, oh, I want this for him. Yes. But there's also a story that says that about Cody Rhodes. The fact that Cody Rhodes came in to a group with Randy Orton and Legacy, and how all three of them were considered at that time. Don't lie and say that and say it's not true. At that time, did we not think, okay, down the road, these two...
I think he's in jail now. I think he got caught.
No, that was his brother, not him. No, it wasn't him. It was his brother. I know what you're talking about. That was his brother.
Don't ever in your life bring up Ted DiBiase Jr.
Ted DiBiase, low key though, Ted DiBiase Jr.
You're even bringing up Ted DiBiase Jr. makes me not even want to.
But he wasn't bad, son. That's the thing.
Hold on. If Cody Rhodes is such this big, hold on here.
At the time. At the time.
No, hold on. Shut up. That's stupid. If Cody Rhodes is this big old, such a big old giant, oh my god, and there's only fucking 6 weeks until the biggest show of the year, why didn't that nigga come out last night?
Because first of all, the main story, Cody Rhodes even said it. He even said on Ariel Wani's thing, he's like, I don't want to outshine the Sami Zayn.
Oh god, no.
Sometimes, okay, think about it like this though, son. Think about it like this. If you ran... See, that's the benefit of WWE compared to all these compared to UFC. Yep. If UFC tried to line up 10 pay-per-views straight, they couldn't do it because guys get hurt, guys complain about contracts, money, all that shit.
Okay,
but WWE designed this pay-per-view to get us to Mania. So the way you get us to Mania is by continuing a storyline that has been built for 6 months. I get it. A lot of people feel like they got slapped in the face, like it was a horrible ending to that story. But the story was never Sami Zayn and Roman. The story was Sami Zayn.
No one ever asked that. No one said that Sami Zayn had to go to WrestleMania and main event WrestleMania.
But you guys have made this narrative. There's so many people that, son, even Sarah Sapp put out a poll. He said, more people have said, we either want night one Sami Zayn to be like we want Sami Zayn to have his
poll that I told you about.
But that's the thing. You can't but that's the thing, because I ended up seeing it in that pod. I think that's why I brought it up, because I ended up hearing how it was. But but that's the thing is, like, the facts are that people want Sami to have
you probably go to sleep to this pretty night.
Wait,
what? No, because the dude, he put reliving Monday Night War, and it's just 4 hours of Stone Cold Steve Austin from just 97. Just as breaking that down like Kobe on.
I know, he's like, this guy was in his bag on the... Steve Austin at 97, and it shows LeBron's and Kobe's and Kyrie's stuff.
Remember when he was just beating up random people for no reason because he was being a hating ass nigga? He didn't want anybody.
Oh, for the Royal Rumble, yeah. When he was just going up to.
So Mankind and Goldust were having a match.
Yeah.
And Goldust is getting Mankind gets stunnered. Mm-hmm. Remember at the end, he goes up to Jim Ross and just like takes the things off his head. He just takes the headset off. He's giving that shit.
But that got set up, son. Did you not know? You knew, like, that's what I just knew. I just found that out this week, that the Stone Cold character work was established from the ECW character. I didn't know before he got fired or before he left ECW.
Yes, you didn't know that it's loosely based off that.
No, I didn't know he was doing that over there. I'm like, dude, this is.
Yeah, people always expect that. People always say Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley are the only ones that had to do that. You could technically say that Brock Lesnar and Stone Cold in a different way had to do that too.
But that's why I was saying, because okay, I had an epiphany this week. Okay, you're gonna say this is dumb, but I don't give a fuck. I think you could legitimately say Booker T is a top 10 all timer.
What are you talking about? I mean, I've been saying it.
But that's
about to watch the story on. I didn't know that they did a whole story on how Harlem Heat started.
But that's
which is stupid because we all know how it did. But
have you seen he took two like bigger black dudes on his show and called them the Heat?
I don't blame him.
I'm like, that's why I like the fact.
Be on NXT future.
No, that's what he was saying on his pod. That's why I'm like, why do these marks hate Booker T? Like when he talks, he has a working relationship.
He even says it that for like when he gets in the booth for weeks, he'll like, I'm tired of Booker. He always does this and all this. Ducky, quack, quack. And then after he leaves, 3 weeks later, they're like,
man, we miss Book. We miss Book. We miss that. Because that's what people say about Stephen A. Smith. They say that about like Nick Wright. Once you hear him so often, then all the smarkies.
Dude, I know that Stephen A. Smith's rich. The fact that he just like chilled out in Arizona the whole week after the Super Bowl. Nah, I'm here. He didn't even go back to New York. He's still chilling at the hotel room. He was like, this is too beautiful. I've been in the snow, storm all this time. I'm chilling in the sun.
I mean, son, when we went to the store today, people were buying coal and stuff. They're about to start this barbecue. Oh, a little bit of sun is out. Hell yeah, I'm going outside. The fuck?
They already said, I mean, son, yesterday it was freaking Iraq in there. Like, dude, good lord, dude. This is not like, I've never seen so many white people that come in here with lattes and be like, oh no, we just wanted to see what was in here. You know? Dude, what? It's the same thing every time.
And especially at that store, what were you expecting?
Yeah, this isn't LA or San Francisco.
Yeah, the Monterey one, I can see people doing that because that one looks like freaking Plato's Closet. That one looks like it's a legit one compared to the one you work at. Come on, white people don't need to be going to that one.
No, this is all. No, you have to remember, Marina is not just nigga Marina. So.
No, I know.
Even though the D4 state semifinals, Oh yeah,
women's.
No, they even got to use the CSUMB.
Did you watch Grapsity yet?
Yesterday's episode of Grapsity?
Yeah.
No, it's probably most of the stuff that they talked about on Ask Grapsity. I mean, I'll still watch it. I'm not gonna watch it right now, but.
Did you see any of the Tony Khan and Ariel Wani stuff yet?
I mean, son, again, I think he's just playing around, son. I don't think that there's anything serious to that.
He called him the snowman.
Yes, I know that, Jonathan. Yes, I know that. Man. I honestly think he's just joking around. Okay, bye.
Yep.